This setup is against problems. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Every time I click it, it's gonna pause everything on it. Music's still playing, anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be paused for a second there. Alright. And it's gonna do that the entire time, isn't it? Just hope it encodes properly. Alright. Let's fucking go. I just replay the first mission. Played that a few times actually, just to make sure everything was working. That was a bit... no, let's do first chapter again. Normal? No thank you. Can I clear this one? No, I guess not. See? Yeah, why are my button prompts? That's fine. There we go. Yep. Go away, mouse cursor.
Years. We've come so far in just 3 short years.
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people.
I should probably RT. Let's see here.
And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing
Mr.
our
Lightning
job,
Bolt.
Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists.
Is it a literal
enablers of
translation
war.
of his...
But you've trained our
His
new
name, I
army
think.
well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, security can mean many things.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
I could say the same about you, Mr. Prime Minister.
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Clear the road! This is official state business!
It's him.
I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
That Dan smile.
One of our competitors?
Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
Who's?
XF comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get on money out of there.
Yes, sir.
My bad. I didn't expect that to pause. I think the audio's a little high. Let's see here. Just turn it down just a wee bit. Hopefully that is better. I don't know.
We are going to die.
Stay calm.
Still pretty loud.
He's got friends on our 12.
Raiden,
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister. Let's get this over with.
Alright. I think I remember how to do things.
take out those hostiles.
Why am I not swinging?
You'll need to choose between light and heavy
There we go.
strikes to match the situation.
Wait. What? What is happening? Okay, this acting's kind of funny. Hold up. It's not getting my button presses in for some reason. Do I need to restart? Please don't tell me I need to restart. Key config controller. Type A. You can detect it, right? Let's see here. Can I not parry yet? Is that not a thing yet? X? Okay. It's weird. It's like... hold up. Oh, I need to restart the game. That's annoying. Jesus Christ. Also, hold on. Turn off the fucking cursor capture too. There we go. Alright, 1 second. Off to a great start. Alright. There must be some kind of glitch. Skip.
Take out those hostiles.
There we go.
Right. You'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supplies. Raiden, the limo is in trouble. Get back there, ASAP.
Alright.
I'll add the limo to your solid down radar.
You probably just skip these guys, right?
Right, it's on the other side of that barricade.
I see. Okay, the repair units auto heal. I don't like having inventory yet. Get the hang of this one. The other guy now?
What are you doing, Raiden?
Yeah,
Get through that
I hear
limo.
you.
If you can't cut through the barricade, try the fence, eh?
I think this guy was too big to parry, but actually isn't. Makes sense for a tutorial boss.
So you're Jack.
What do you want with the Prime Minister?
I want him dead. Nothing personal, of course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer? Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't. Not while he's still useful.
This guy's voice is just
So long.
there. We go.
What? They have a metal here? Here? Right. Take out that UMP and get after it.
What? I don't know why I couldn't parry that. Yeah, probably because I was just standing in the wrong spot.
Use blade mode to damage its armor.
There we go. Jump, jump, jump.
Use your ninja run to deflect those shots. They swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon.
Oops. Damn. Feeling daring? No, I guess not.
Catch that missile before it blows.
I'm not gonna catch that missile. I could probably do this better, right? Be more attentive with its movements. You know, I'm really tired of this.
Raiden, respond!
Rip.
Raiden! Raiden!
Should have parried that. Alright.
What? They have a metal gear? Here? Raiden, take out that UMG and get after it. Catch that missile before it blows. Use blade mode to damage its armor. Use your ninja run to deflect those shots.
Fuck yeah.
They swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon. Use the ninja ram to dodge that plasma. Now, Raiden, bring it down. Stop that blade.
Stop that blade.
Yes! With it wide open! Хорошо. Very
I'll
good.
never see that again.
But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
Yeah, I still see. Alright.
He's on the other side of that collapsed building. Go!
Probably find some fodder to like recharge my shit on. Maybe? I don't know. One would hope.
There, get it! Use your ninja ram to move over obstacles automatically.
Raiden? Thank you.
Do not let him out of your sight. You must catch him.
Things considered, this level was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was. Alright, round two.
That's there, you cheat. It still works?
Yep. Okay, that was a missed time. Didn't time that either. Beating was also kind of annoying. Yeah.
Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles. Raiden, respond! Raiden! Raiden!
No skip this time. You can see I always get the pre-rendered cutscenes.
It still works? Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles.
Some other pieces. if you're just sitting there and taking it.
Finish that bastard off!
Do anything? Just hoping on the way down you cut some missiles out of your way, but you just gotta avoid them completely.
He's headed for the front of the train. After him. Raiden, an unidentified field roader is headed your way. Keep an eye out for it.
Prime Minister!
Huh. Too little too late, hero. I won't be needing my little shield here any longer.
Stop!
I was wondering why he even bothered to take him on the train to begin with, but yeah, he was just using him to
things war has done for us.
not
I
get
don't
shot
hear
at.
any speeches about that. Jobs, technology, a common purpose.
Raiden, forget me. Stop him.
You ain't listening. Mind if I got in? All we're saying.
Give war a chance.
No!
Could save some lead wipes.
Out of my way!
He's all yours, Sam.
Let's go.
Damn. I guess can't parry that, but
Self-taught. And not half bad. Still.
if I could have, I just mistimed it.
Your technique lacks something. Now, don't be shy.
Do I have a taunt? I don't think I have a taunt. I don't even have a health bar right now.
Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose. It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No.
My sword is a tool of justice.
Are you all right? You're almost clear of the tunnel. Just hang on.
Did you want to practice first?
Oof.
This is what happens when you bring a tool to a sword fight. It's over. Lucky devil.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Take a drink while this is going on.
Down you go! Flares!
Probably like a C or something. Yeah.
far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh?
I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just
Yeah,
relax
Tovarich.
and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiko?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
Their combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and
Why
services
is the
in
data
exchange
stored
for
in
it.
the left hand?
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the world come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
Just a standard design.
3 mics out and closing. No activity at the airbase.
It's gonna be
Looks
like a
we don't
brain
need to
chip
worry
or
about
something.
interceptors.
I don't know.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brainjacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Imani's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sam. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname. I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Raiden, you landed safely, da? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec if you have questions.
Control, it's Raiden. I'm on the ground.
Copy, Raiden. Glad to hear it. Entering on foot was the right move. That craft isn't equipped with stealth camo. Or octo camo, obviously, since that would be useless in midair.
And we wouldn't want to get your pricey new jet damaged, now would we?
Duh. The MQ-133C was not cheap, Tovarich. If you were to be cornered by an entire squad, it might get difficult, even for you.
Understood. Some fighting will be necessary, though. I've got electrolytes to replenish.
This is not an infiltration mission. There is no need to hide or avoid combat outright. Just do not get reckless. Stay safe.
Looks like a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when Dolzaev's men showed up. The streets got pretty hot after that. We're definitely gonna see a few civilian casualties. Luckily, it looks like most of them got out of the city before things got bad. They've basically got control of the entire town. and are using the refinery as their HQ.
And that's why we're hitting the plant.
Keep in mind, those cyborgs are contractors. For most of these guys, this is just a job. In theory, once you eliminate their commanding officer, they should scatter pretty quickly.
Theoretically.
How we doing, Courtney?
You're looking good on our end. GPS and audio-visual feed coming in fine. Energy consumption? Check. All this monitoring equipment, I got a better view than if I was standing right next to you. Anyway, I'll be saving all your data automatically anytime something important happens in the field. But contact me anytime you want a manual save.
Copy that. Good to hear that hasn't changed with this new body.
Yep, the basic system's exactly the same. So, did you want to save?
Sure.
And save complete. Simple, huh?
Copy. And glad to hear you're okay after Africa. That ambush was no joke.
Tell me about it. 3 armored vehicles should have been plenty for that job. And it would have been against any typical guerrilla force.
I keep asking myself, where would an anti-Imani faction get the cash to hire cyborgs?
It just doesn't add up. Maybe there's some intel I missed. A lead I should have followed up on. Maybe if I reacted faster.
You can't think that way, Courtney. Not in this business.
You're right. Thanks.
Raiden, shall we review the capabilities?
Copy that.
As we discussed, you've been
Fuel electrolyte absorption and sulfur.
Precisely. First, electrolyte, as your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle, and your fuel cells will...
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more... Most military cyborg models store...
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it.
Zandatsu.
Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. One, keep in mind, it is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of
gore,
don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your history. But what then? Surely you don't identify as a Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone. No nation, no ethnic group. I'm my own man. Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture porn movies were pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed, indeed. These splatter films are big in Germany, Russia, Japan, everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears. This...
Okay, Doc. I got the gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh? So these self-repair units and the other cyborgs, they mean they can heal themselves at any time?
Indeed. It is typically a slow process. Not much faster than a regular human body heals a wound.
And you didn't think it was a good idea to give me one of these things?
Certainly not. We removed all extraneous options in your case to maximize power and speed, you know.
Healing wounds is extraneous?
Your ability to absorb the nanopaste agent is far more efficient, Raiden. With it, your wounds heal almost instantly.
I know, but...
And a standard repair unit, once depleted, is nothing but an empty shell inside you. Dead weight.
Dead weight.
I get that, Doc, but it also means I need to constantly be grabbing them out of enemies.
No, it doesn't. Don't be silly. Simply avoid taking damage.
Just don't get hit.
Yeah, simple.
Sure. Let's customize. Enhancements? What is that? Oh, strength absorption. Interesting. 6,000 each. Let's go we got. Oh, these seem more useful actually. Is this 9,000, 12,000? Yeah, let's get these first. This is health? Oh, I know, fuel cells. Oh, yeah, here's life. 8,000. Can't afford that. Maybe I should have gotten that first, actually. Falling lightning. Alright. Yeah.
Ryder, you landed safely, da? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec if you have questions.
Wait, that didn't cost fuel before. Guess I didn't have a fuel cell gauge though.
How is your eye, Raiden?
Great. My sight's perfectly balanced between both eyes. I think my vision's improved, actually.
Quite right. Quite right. Your eye patch houses an artificial compound eye unit. The unit contains over 200 million solid-state image sensors, each with its own individual lens.
200 megapixels, huh? Doesn't sound like all that much.
More than sufficient for the application. A human's optic nerve has only about 1 million fibers, you know. Were we to add more sensors, your perceived vision would not improve. There's only so much modern image compression technology can do.
Huh. So I shouldn't expect any more dramatic improvements to my eyesight?
No, your brain would no longer be able to process any more visual information in real time. Still, compared to previous ACEs, yours has 1.4 times the resolution and a superior compression algorithm.
It may only result in a slight perceived change, but it could wind up making the difference during a mission.
Regrettably, I have not had enough time to develop a new eyeball unit just yet. Thus, I have cut out the ability to deploy the ACE unit separately and simply installed it on a fixed eye patch.
Works for me. If I was using an eye unit, I wouldn't see any better than a regular human.
Ah, but remember, the human eye is so much more than a simple light receptor.
These are really interesting.
They play a vital role in person-to-person communication.
How long have I been sitting here with listening to these?
Stuff like that's important for some tasks, sure. For this op, not so much. And with less moving parts, the lower the chance of something going wrong. Besides, I like it.
Well, I'm very pleased.
I can worry about how I look after I complete the mission.
Stay vigilant, Raiden. You must continue along, Raiden. Check your destination on the... Stay vigilant, Raiden.
Kev, let's go over everything we have on Desperado.
Roger that. Let's see here. Desperado Enforcement, LLC. Registered in the U.S., Delaware.
Makes sense. The U.S. doesn't regulate PMCs too closely.
Looks like almost all of their actual business is handled outside the states, though. It says here their financials are handled by a separate company based in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The preferred tax haven of megacorps everywhere.
Probably why they incorporated in Delaware in the first place. Loose tax laws. Funneling it all through the Caribbean must help with the money laundering, though. There's still a lot we don't know about them. But they've definitely been starting a lot of fires lately. They're a PMC in name only. What a name it is. Guess War Profiteers Incorporated was taken. But that's their business. In a nutshell, target war-torn nations on the road to peace. Reignite conflicts and walk off with all the cash that was earmarked for reconstruction. They also have ties to the drug trade, human trafficking.
Sounds like a real class act.
We've confirmed 3 key captains in Desperado. Their code names are all wind-themed. The captain presiding over this coup is called Mistral.
Cyborg?
Yep. All 3 have got custom-made bodies. Collectively, they're known as the Winds of Destruction.
The what? They all have action figures, too?
You're one to talk, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Who told you?
Courtney. Now that sounds like an action figure.
I didn't choose it, trust me.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I doubt the Winds of Destruction picked their names either. Different cultures use language differently. Even ones with a decent command of English. As you can attest, Mr. LB.
Looks like a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when Dolzaev's men showed up. The streets got... We're definitely gonna see it. Luckily, it looks like most stuff they've basically got control.
And that's why we're hitting...
Keep in mind, those cyborgs are contract. In theory...
No, it's looping
Looks
again.
like a war zone.
The palace cleared out. We're definitely... Luckily, it looks like most stuff they've basically...
And that's...
Keep in mind, in theory...
There is always a chance the MQ was spotted before your drop-off. I would not be surprised if hostile cyborgs were
A
already...
little welcoming party wouldn't be so bad. I could use a warm-up.
Enough with the attitude, Raiden. It's time to be serious. This is no game. I need you to focus. Many people are counting on you, and I don't just mean here at Maverick.
You don't need to remind me of that.
Good. The last thing we need is another clever cowboy shipped back to us in pieces.
Clever cowboy.
On Codec is fine. Just be sure you are serious on the battlefield. Your enemies will be.
Yes, sir.
Raiden, we are clear.
Clear enough. I can use deadly force against any hostile element.
Basically, yes. The actual rules of engagement is more specific. A long list of no's. But you have the idea.
You want to recap the highlights for me?
No weapons prohibited by international treaty. No use of force against non-combatants. Especially officials or anyone with political power who may be needed for... And no use of force against any non-cyborg combatants without prior verbal warning.
And that includes Dolzaev?
Duh, but this should not be a problem. Any non-cyborg... Besides, we have no signs of any non-cyborg hostiles anywhere in the area. Not even one. We think Dolzaev is working alone with Desperado here. In any case, that is the ROE. Otherwise, deadly force is authorized only in clear case of self-defense.
So basically, civilians off limits, human hostiles verbal warning, hostile cyborgs, anything goes.
Yes, this is a conventional warfare scenario, so the rules are based on the Hague Convention.
Yeah, sounds pretty standard. Still good to list out all the no-nos before things get too hairy. ROEs that only specify who you can engage require too much judgment. They make it harder to remain focused on battle.
Duh. This is why most militaries' ROEs list negatives, not positives. The few that take the other approach, I pity their snow. And for our purposes, UGs are considered the same as hostile cyborgs.
Copy that.
We have no rules about property damage, but keep it minimal, yes? It just makes us look bad. Anything standing in your way, trees, streetlights, this is fine.
Goes without saying.
You're familiar with your new book? Then let's begin the war. Slash at something. You're familiar with... Then let's slash...
Right. You need to save?
Yes, I do.
Roger that. Save complete.
I wanted to follow up on our talk earlier about the stress that comes with the job. PMC work can be traumatic, even for non-combatants. If the pressure ever gets to be too much, have one of the ex-military there take over. Just...
I'm not doing that, Raiden. PMCs wield massive influence over international affairs. Abolishing SOP didn't change that. They need a better understanding of what they're mixed up in. The laws, politics, local cultures. Ex-military aren't here to provide that. They can't. We need civilian voices like mine here, too.
You're right. Just take care of yourself.
Don't worry. Africa was more than a...
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd now be the world's clumsiest cyborg.
Hey! Cyborg Courtney could have been your partner. I might have saved your ass.
How? By spilling coffee all over the enemy?
Oh, come on. I'm not that... Oh, son of a...
Please tell me that was a joke.
Actually, there's a combo listing thing here. Light attack, slight pause, and X. YX, YXY, Y by X. Ankle slicer, Y, slight pause, and X. I'll look up specific moves when I need them, I guess.
The bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you, eh? To parry incoming hits, throw out your own barrage of light attacks while your foe is on the offensive.
What was that? Yoink. Thanks, car, for getting away.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb. What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah. They still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Yum.
Right. Vending machines full of blood. Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden. Even for you. Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
Hey.
What's up? No? Did you need anything else?
No, guess not. Just wanted to hear the sound of your voice.
Oh, save it for your wife, right?
Sorry, man, but I have to ask. Where did Mr. Lightning Bolt come from anyway?
Ugh, seriously? All right. Well, I told you where I got Raiden from, right? World War II, the Japanese had a plane called Raiden. The Allies named it Jack.
Yeah, I remember.
And my real
Clever.
name's Jack. So yeah, they codenamed me Raiden.
They being the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Never really suited me, but it's better than... Jack just reminds me too much of the past.
I hear you.
Someone once told me, you can find your own name, and your own future. After that, I dropped Jack for good.
Right. And this lightning bolt business?
Well, the Rai part of Raiden means thunder, and Den is electric. So Raiden is basically lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I was explaining that to Inmani, and he just busted out laughing.
So he called you that as a joke? He was basically just giving you shit.
Yeah, he actually had a pretty good sense of humor. He was one of the most charismatic men I'd ever met.
Such a goddamn shame.
I won't let it happen again. Desperado ends here. Comic book villains and all.
Yeah. We're counting on you, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Hey, Boris, about the Soliton radar. I noticed that it doesn't get jammed anymore, even if I get spotted by the enemy. Back in the old days, it'd be useless the second an alarm was triggered.
Well, once the Patriots fell, classified technology spread all over the world. This new Soliton radar, by applying a non-linear Schrodinger equation to the Soliton solution, they were able to prevent the jamming that plagued the original models based off the KDV equation.
I'm impressed. You know your stuff, Mr. President.
Of course, I'm a businessman.
But I wonder, how exactly is the equation different? I mean, I'm no expert on how the KDV equation was implemented in the first place, but I'd love to know how the Schrodinger equation fits in.
Raiden, on battlefield, most important, so do not worry your head about equations and such things.
In other words, you have absolutely no idea, do you?
Ah, the mission, Raiden. Focus.
Seriously, I could listen to it all day,
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. As I said, the enemy Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a Desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old...
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a... Do not let your guard down.
Boxes around there. Nope. Alright. No, that's not cuttable. Alright.
The stealth craft made it back to Sochi all right?
Da. No repairs necessary. Some routine...
Good to hear. I'm guessing that thing doesn't come cheap.
Well, an old Soviet army friend gave me discount. He runs a PM's...
An Air Force for hire? That's a new one.
Ever since SOP, Merc started to fill more. SOP ended, but the trend did not. Most every modern military...
Good news for Maverick, I suppose. I was expecting a lot of turbulence coming in that low, but she was smooth as silk. Didn't feel like I was a bird exactly, but probably the next best thing.
The MQ-130 sensors on the... It is fitted until recently, but lately, maneuverability...
And we can afford...
Where's the...
I need to keep going.
Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind.
Cool.
Excellent, Raiden.
Knowledge? My controls again. Air mode, use on. Okay. Yeah.
Raiden, at main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Huh. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
You're fine. The range of probably just
What are you doing here? This area is off limits. What? No, I'm not doing anything. Can we just kill him? It'll be easier. We're supposed to have driven them all away already. So, self-defense, right? No, please, I have family.
damn it. Is it fast enough?
So you could not stop. Perhaps you've got enough.
Right.
That sucks. I know it's not part of our mission.
Yeah. Think there's any more of a...
Doubt it. It was all... Once the evacuation order was... Some of the cabinet were caught leaving... Some folks...
Bad situation.
Let's not let it... If they're in a pit...
Got it.
Contact!
Get up. No way around it, is there? Oh, this fucking thing. Yeah, this is sloppy. Thank you for that. Not very good at aiming that.
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
Do I have a supplement? Oh, grenades. Oof. Someone else here. You.
Cannot be. Right? What happened? You're supposed to be stronger than this.
Dragon.
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
Little bastards are kind of more annoying after. No, okay, based. Alright. Some more grenades, maybe.
What? Raiden?
Nope.
No! No! Raiden!
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
Oof. Just put the rocket launcher on the other side, right? Can I just... it's an archway. You fucker. Take that. What is? I don't have a question. Fuck.
No! No! Raiden!
Yes.
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for
I'm
refinery.
actually kind of bad at this. Well, these unlock more stuff, I guess. I don't know. Actually, how much BP do I have? I might be able to unlock something right now. What time is it? Health, maybe? Yeah, it's like that. Not enough for anything else, though. Oh, maybe a weapon upgrade. Nope, just short.
Very good, Raiden. Now.
Yeah, it's a weird firewall alert too. Okay, it's a little weird. Alright, let's get through this next fight.
Heading for refinery.
Hope for the best. Can I sneak up on these guys? No, I guess not. I mean, maybe I could, but I fucked it up. electrolytes. Oh, sweet. Was that not a parry? Man. Come on. Yeah, I love how these things have the fucking Boston Dynamics noises. Wait, was it these guys specifically? Well, it might have been the other ones, actually.
They have erected an electromagnetic barricade. Maybe expecting UG or cyborg attack, huh?
Attention.
Right away. We're picking up a wireless transmission near your position. From the frequency, most likely an enemy data terminal. Check it out. We may be able to salvage some intel.
1 second. Use the bathroom. Yeah, it's actually getting kind of late. Let's see. Fear mission 001. I don't want to do that right now, but actually, why not? I'll do one. Huh? Wait. Oh, tutorial missions, okay. There's an instinct to jump to dodge, but it doesn't really work too well in this game. Just aside from specific instances. You? Oops. That'll do. New record. There's no rank. Just stats. All right.
So, Ryder, who was this that told you to find your own name before you stopped going by Jack?
The one and only Solid Snake.
Ooh.
Hero of Outer Heaven, Zanzibar Land, Shadow Moses. The list goes on.
Right. Guy's a legend. I forgot you knew him so well.
Yeah, he saved my ass at Big Shell. Not to mention a few times after that. I've lost count. In terms of pure combat ability, he's one of the greatest soldiers I've ever seen. But it's not only that. He knows what's right, and he just gets it done, period. No one can stop him. I've learned a lot from him. He'd kill me if he heard me talking about him like this.
Wow. I didn't know you were such a fanboy.
What?
I thought you were gonna start crying there for a sec.
Very funny, Kev.
Seriously, though. Did Snake know he had a stalker?
What the hell, Kev?
Hey, relax. I'm only ribbing you. I just wish I got to meet the guy, you know?
I know.
You're no fun.
I didn't think flares could still fool anti-air missiles like that.
They, can't. At least not with any modern missile. Recent missiles rely on a dual wavelength, or IIR system, for guidance. Flares wouldn't fool either of them. But that was no recent missile I had. That Gusak Derma couldn't even take down a fat tilt-rotor target. And at close range, chort was me.
Come on, Boris. We had no intel. No reason to think that we'd be facing anything like that. You budgeted for the tools appropriate to the job. No one blames you.
Perhaps. In any case, now we know what we are dealing with. This is still a business. But this time I am stretching the budget as much as possible. Expenses like that aircraft and your new body are all part of this.
Both were worth the money. This body's more capable than I could have imagined.
I'm glad you feel it.
Yeah, Boris.
Doctor, you have anything more on these cyborgs?
Only what we went over in your briefing. Standard military-grade cyborgs. MCFC integrated carbon nanotube muscle fighters. Impressive response time and power yields when focused correctly. Most will likely possess extrasensory skills as well. Infrared vision is almost standard. They can function without breathing.
Okay. Nothing I didn't already know.
Not all cyborgs you face will be the same, of course. You may notice a range of different capabilities. It all depends on the... Of course, you have the very latest science has to offer.
If you do say so.
No, I realize combat is about more than the equipment. Situational awareness, predictive ability, nerves. One must determine a course of attack or the cyborg enhancement.
Agreed.
Let's save too, alright.
You saved me again, Court.
Right. Anything?
Actually, yeah. You mentioned SOP earlier. How much do you know about it?
The Sons of the Patriot system? Same stuff as in... Basically a nanomachine software combo for controlling contractors. Used to be required for all PMCs. Soldiers couldn't fire unless their ID matched their weapon and they had clearance. It had some mental effects as well. Moderating... The idea was SOP would minimize arms smuggling and civilian casualties.
A kinder, gentler war. An oxymoron, any way you look at it. Civilian deaths did drop, though.
Because soldiers in the system could coordinate in real time. Between that and the ID weapon locks, a lot of people felt better about him. The irony is, the system was developed based on criticisms of PMC ops. Mostly American intervention. SOP propaganda said it would put limits.
More than ever, war was big business.
And business was booming. Until that was the beginning of the end for SOP. Public opinion on privatizing war did a 180. After that, a lot of local
Not bad, Professor. But it's not the whole story.
No,
Let's finish this later.
Greetings, cyborg.
Show yourself.
Right in the middle, Jen.
Interface prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then. What's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate! Multiple strikes. You will die. You will die.
Where are you going? What?
Combination complete.
Alright, I forgot about the lock.
Obliterate your consciousness.
Alright, Garrett, let's see what's happening. Hey, pinatas.
Demonstrate the extent of your intellect.
Superficial.
Help me.
Oh, one of these, huh? Ooh. I don't know why I didn't prompt that time.
Multiple strikes. You will die. I feel no pain. Cannot continue. Directive, liberate nation. Ensure freedom. Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom. Freedom on divine.
What would an AI know about freedom?
This dog UG.
Dog
Most
UG.
unusual, yes?
You buy all that? About it being sentient but having no choice?
Well, there is not evidence to prove it. It could be programmed to say this, to weaken your will to fight.
It'll take more than a talking robo-pup to phase me.
Then again, there is not evidence it is not true. Considering the pace AI is advancing, it is not impossible.
So, what then? Should I have spared it?
Oh, I did not say this. In any case, the mission takes this dog UG tried to stop you and it failed.
What was up with that wolf dog UG? Some pretty freaky
Hadn't thought...
Really? I keep wondering, Why give it intelligence if you're not gonna let it think for itself?
Good question.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if it improved combat performance.
Now that you mention it, it didn't fight like your typical UG. It felt more like I was facing off against a cyborg.
Oh. I guess the added smarts make for a tougher opponent after all.
That's not more like it was, I don't know, hesitant. It didn't follow through on its attacks either.
Guess that's why it was still just a prototype, but then why put it out on the...
Who knows? Maybe it was the field test. In any case, probably not the reason.
You know, I almost felt...
What? That you...
Yeah, that.
But was it really thinking? Maybe it was all just an...
You could be right. It's just... It didn't seem...
That was no cuddly puppy, Courtney.
No, I know. You're right. Whatever it was.
Right. What I
understood.
I say this because some of the PMC bet that when I took on those former PL, we would only... Most of them agreed.
I can...
Yes, of course. But the point remains the same. We are clear to... And we can use that. Remember, so...
Got it.
Sounds like Imani was a pretty great...
I've run cover for a lot of VIPs. He had all these conflicting factors, but Imani got them all working together in a stable government, and all without...
The savior of a nation.
He had a gift, for sure. Imani single-handedly energized his people.
True. It was more than new buildings.
If only we had someone like him back in Liberia. And it was my...
Right.
Imani wouldn't want me to go after Desperado, but he would want them stopped. And that...
Supplies. Data storage? What is that? I don't know what that is. Got a bunch of explosives here. Okay. Cool. Oh, there are all those helicopters. It's unmanned, huh? Where do I get him? Oh, maybe. That's no good. Convenient, it's going between these two platforms. Oh, hello. Only one, but It's even that tough, it's just annoying. Oh, that's nice. Kind of a waste on that one. Okay, that's a border, barrier. Ah. Now you're running away. Oh. Didn't know I could use that. Oh, only at low health, I guess. It must have been like, no, okay. B, that's better than I thought. Of course, there are more homing missiles. Silly ass cyborgs.
You gotta be pretty stupid to try and hide here. It looks to me like Russian spies. Hey, we are just... Well, we can't let them give away our position. Waste them. We'll fill out the... Enemy
Not close enough. a better way to deal with these. Where on earth? Oh, over here. Totally? Ah, there it is. I should have tried going higher.
So that's where they're holed up.
Some kind of electronic lock on the gate.
Most likely it opens only if you have the right ID data stored in your left hand. Perhaps you could find a cyborg with access and borrow it?
You see any cyborgs around here, Doc?
Why not double back? Check the vehicle route again. You know, back at the entrance to the old city. Who knows? Maybe you can hitch a ride. Most likely, platoon commanders carry correct ID data for the gate. Use enhanced mode to figure out who to hit.
Hurry and get that hand right! Hurry and get that hand right!
Wait, I need to actually chop a leg off, don't I? God damn it. Or wait, am I good? Wait. There we go.
Right. You missed them all? Ah, well, you just have to fight your way through.
Okay. Yeah, I probably need to actually zone dot them off, didn't I? Whatever. Is it one? Okay. Yeah, wait. Let's just do it this way. Left eye, right? There it is.
Bravo! Excellent work.
Okay.
There was classified data embedded in that hand. It appears that man underwent modification at the Patriot facility, just as you did.
Oh, that's interesting. We chat about that.
Doc, my fuel cells are running low. What happens if I completely tap them out?
You will lose the ability to perform any action which requires a grip. But even when your gauge reaches 0, you retain basic movement. You can walk around. Use this time to absorb more electrolytes from your enemies. Recharge your cells as...
Roger that. Hey, Doc, I'm curious. Can I recharge off any cyborg? Even a
pedestrian cyborg? I very much doubt...
Against the rules of...
In theory, then. No, even from those that opted for complete body replacements due to...
Doctor?
Most non-military enhancements use polymer muscle fiber that is a generation behind your carbon nanotube would be a bit much for anyone who wished to lead a normal life, you know. And polymer systems can be powered by organic muscle fiber, which allows extraction of nutrients from the bloodstream. Does exist, but it requires artificial blood for sufficient power output. This so-called white blood requires regular dialysis and was mostly phased. True, some use cultivated muscle tissue to take nourishment from, of course, natural musculature or no. If the...
Can't get energy from non-military...
Well, one moment.
Thanks, Doc.
So, as I was saying...
You're still on about this.
Now, first and foremost,
Really
military cyborgs are generally full-body conversions.
You mean as opposed to partial?
Yes, as opposed to just grafting on an arm or leg, where a eye or leg... As I have said, for the general public, these full-body replacements are quite rare. Quite rare. Only in cases of extreme injury or illness, generally. Perhaps a few eccentrics who wish to live longer. In any case, most pedestrian cyborgs are no more than an artificial limb or two. We call these partials.
Doctor.
Partials enhancements are not designed to meet a pair of synthetic arms attached to an organic body. Total body conversions also armor the entire soldier. This is why wounded contractors most often opt for the works rather than...
I hear it's why most of Maverick cyborgs had it done. And...
Of course, there is the rather dramatic civilian life as a cyborg, but for the field, man and metal, capable.
Beauty or beast?
Both lie in that. Machine implants can also restore lost vision and hearing. Such options have become standard.
Yeah, no matter how hard I'm hit, it doesn't really hurt.
Of course, everything has its limits. Do not let your...
Understood. So I get past the gate.
This road ends at the hotel. That hotel was used by all destroyed. Anyway, there are more...
Head for the...
Right. That saying you like, about your sword being a tool of justice?
Yeah, it's why I fight. Sometimes taking a life saves others.
A life, or 2, or 3, or 40 in your case, but I know what you mean. Besides, it's not like those cyborgs you're fighting have been...
Wouldn't be much point in sending jets.
True. Having someone pilot a body remotely only really makes financial sense for espionage, and you might as well use UGs if you're gonna let an AI control. So yeah, they're probably...
Starting to see what...
I get it, it's just... You didn't use... What about what Sam said? About your ideals holding you back?
Ah, bullshit.
Bullshit.
He's good, but now I know how he moves, how he thinks. And I've got my philosophy says when and why to fight, not how. It won't... And next time we meet, I will beat him. I'll kill him. And I'll do it to save others from suffering, with my ideals intact.
All right, right.
One thing Sam. If he wanted to kill me back on the train, he could have, easily. So, why didn't he?
Good question. But I should be asking you. Your left eye was our only video feed. After he stabbed it, I got nothing. I mean, I got the details from your report after the fact. He was probably just too distracted. Forces it.
No, that's not...
Well, what does he have to gain from letting you live?
I don't...
He's definitely one of those guys.
One thing I don't understand, Kev. Why hasn't the
Well, from a first, there's the fact that Abkhazia is still not a member of the UN. Only Russia and a few other breakaway states even in the eyes of most of the international community, Abkhazia is technically still part of Georgia.
Guess you can't really call it a coup if the displaced government was never seen as legit.
Exactly. Sometimes you'll see. Now, if they confirmed
Technicalities.
atrocities were taking place, the U.
Yeah, but they learned their lessons.
Right. Ever since then?
So what about the U.S. and Russia?
Well, America was never very friendly with Abkhazia or South Ossetia, and Russia wants the old government back, of course. The regime open to their influence. I doubt they'll opt for any large-scale action, but you can bet your ass they won't just sit on the sideline. Boris has got a lot of connections in the Russian bureaucracy. They can't use their actual special forces, so they call us instead. That's the beauty of PMC.
We're not bound by the same rules.
Other countries would be outraged if the Russians went into places we can go freely. From our side, no state to answer to means we can run things as we see fit, by our own code.
Then again, there's no one to say our code is what's right.
True. And opinions on that, but you let your moral compass waver, and money's always a factor, of course, but when it becomes the factor, the Montreux document lays out guidelines for what PMCs can and can't do, but there's no way to enforce. A lot of people see that as the fatal flaw. Then again, it's also what leaves Maverick free to go after them. The industry has a bad rep, but it isn't good or bad itself. It's up to the morals of those who work in it. All we can do is what we... Anyway, sorry, you know how it...
Don't apologize. That's exactly why we took this job. Taking...
Agreed.
Interesting take.
Roger that. Save
I thought we'd get back to our little history. What do you know about the
I know that they were behind it. People thought these 12 guys.
And they were right. Except there weren't 12. And they weren't guys.
All the better to gather information on a global scale. Or since they'd manipulate factions to keep wars raging. The PMC is made built. SOP was the Patriots' master. The system might even still be around.
I'm impressed. Not many people have even more than when they were active. Almost no one knows they were AIs. Or that they're the real reason SOP went...
Well, the few that do know...
Especially the world. You can find speculation on, but the stories never made it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it sounds pretty crazy. You'll ever get tired of that? Your gun is in the air. Oh. Review these items.
you say you'd been here before?
Once, back when it...
Seems like it'd be a lovely place, if it weren't a war zone.
The Pearl of the Black Sea, they called it. Back when then Russia and Georgia...
Kicking off the war.
Georgia was the Soviets...
But with the Russians...
Duh. So they took it...
The same old...
2 years later, the ceasefire meant Abkhazia was finally independent, but not officially. They still are not formally recognized by Georgia, or most of the international community.
This region is filled with breakaways.
This is true. There is South Ossetia. In any case, even Russia did not official, so it was not long ago Sukhumi was a war zone.
Good to hear. But the...
It does.
Sounds like...
Duh. But many...
And then...
Exactly. It is not...
We always talk about the Montreux document, but why...
People are trying to. Both inside, even with 17 countries on board, it's still just a set of guidelines. They'd need to negotiate an actual treaty based on that agreement for it to become... And we both know getting everyone to sign on.
Yeah. Every government's for regulating PMCs until it restricts how they can use them themselves.
It gets complicated when then you have... There's just so many...
Save.
Roger that. Hey, Raiden, the Patriots. Why would I can see why people would want all the money, but AI?
Who knows? Maybe they didn't even know. Optical neuro AIs aren't your typical PCs. They learn over time, change in unpredictable way. The core AI, JD, was bent on expanding the war economy. Maybe to fund the Patriots' other act, or maybe that's just the way it evolved. Like a secondary objective, one of the other AIs said it was created to filter out unnecessary information, gossip, trivia, or so it said. Was that the truth? Or a lie? To manipulate me, who can say?
Think. Something like that. Running a nation. And America, no less. It's terrifying. Thank God they were all destroyed.
But did it really change that much?
Maybe not. Contractors still gotta eat after. Soldiering for hire's always been a risk. Demand was high, but the workforce was flooded. It got so you'd have to work years before you could even pay back your...
Yeah, I can see Sundowner's point.
The global recession certainly didn't help. Unemployment shot up across the U. Even if contractors gave up and packed it in.
The irony is the recovery was all war-driven. It wasn't a general... Not only did globalization exploit the poor countries, but it crippled first world employment too.
And SOP's gone. But now we've got these PMs.
Yeah.
Anyway. Ooh, nice. Another VR mission. 3. Did I miss one? I must have missed one. Let's go upstairs.
To get to the plant, first make your way to the hotel roof.
This hotel sucks. Look at this. It's dump. Like even if it wasn't, if it was in good shape, it still could have, I don't know, cruddy? Whatever. Oh, hollow chips are just extra BP, I see.
Those I have.
Seriously?
That woman.
Raiden, what's happening? Your heart rate spiked.
Yeah, I just dodged a bullet. All right, I'm heading for the refinery.
Come on, seriously? Yeah.
More classified Patriot information was in that man's holographic memory.
Interesting. I'm never gonna think about these things. I guess not. Oh, I could have. What the? Just didn't show up until Oh. D.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Oh, I do wish, actually.
Up above you!
Come on, seriously? Cool. Okay, can't go in that way. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Wait, what's with this? Oh, I see. Precise cut.
Right. The cliff is just ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's not connected to the city at all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get cocky. Most likely it is Desperado running security down there.
the heck are these?
Watch out! They keep on coming!
I'll take that.
Dolcev and his team must be in here. Find him.
I didn't pick up. There we go. Jammer grenade? Oh, jammer grenade. Let's see here. Hexagonal shaped shrapnel. What? What is this? I guess it's just a indicator.
Raiden, wait. There are active IR sensors in the area. Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
So? We just...
Need to run past the IR beams, Raiden.
Yeah. Yes. Air beams. Where'd you come from? Oof. Come on. Do not parry the grapple.
Enemy sighted!
Oh, it's on the other side. Ball things, I hate them so much. Alright.
So who actually owns this plant?
On the books, a private Abkhaz firm.
So all the money goes...
It does provide Abkhazia with fuel and electricity, but
How do you mean?
the Caspian Sea is a major source of gas and oil. But not since the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline was built.
But that pipeline runs straight through Georgia.
Money, of course, and power. Having a major... The South Ossetia War taught Georgia they could not always rely on the...
So Georgia stands to...
In any scenario that ends with a refinery, perhaps this is Dolzaev's idea. To attract Abkhaz...
And that's why Georgia isn't taking...
I very much doubt Georgian government. There must be some...
And Dolzaev's...
Revenge, Tovarich. Perhaps money as...
Yeah, the Russians... Let me guess. They contacted you through the FSB.
There were... We own the site.
Right.
Duh.
You get all that? The woman with Dolzaev.
Yep. The only female member of the Winds of Destruction. The name is from... a cold, dry regional wind in France that blows from the Alps down to the Mediterranean.
Is she French?
Yep. Born in Algeria, though. It was a French colony until they declared independence in the early 60s. Haha, but you already knew that.
Yeah. They were the last French colony in Africa.
You know your history. Plenty of French colonial families still live there. Billets noirs, they're called.
Billets noirs.
I've heard the term. The main character in that Camus novel, The Stranger, was one.
You also find a lot of Algerians who've immigrated to France, although they put a stop to that a while ago.
Yeah. A lot of European...
Mistral joined the Foreign Legion...
A woman legionnaire?
And not the first. There was one that served... Anyway, Mistral's been doing PMC work ever since her Legion discharge. We're not sure why she's officially leading the force at the refinery, but she is also a combat... Don't have anything on her combat style, but do not...
I don't need a reminder.
Yeah, but, speaking of her looks, she's...
Sounds like...
Right. You need to say...
Sure.
Did you catch all that?
Yeah, I was monitoring the whole time. I've seen his file, plenty of photos, but...
Yeah.
I guess I expected someone more... I don't know, threatening?
Didn't seem too friendly to me.
So lumpy.
No, I mean, you hear terrorist, you think Dolzaev looks more like some guy on...
Cold, calculating professional types don't usually bother with terrorism. It's too risky.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't make what they do any... What about Mistral?
Well, probably an artificial face, though.
Roger.
I should probably have right now. This would be 3,500 total. Why not? Oh, I see. Maybe later. I guess if it told me where I was at right now with these. Oh, I see. I can't get any more at the moment. Alright, perfect. Wait, what? Okay, so that wasn't a checkpoint. God damn it. Was that a rocket?
More Patriot intel. Bring me more. And maybe I can develop something interesting from it.
Really fucking annoying, actually. What? Also on the other side. All right. How do we get over there? Oh, go down maybe? Wait, the vents. I see. I think it's time for a boss fight.
I was wondering when you'd come, Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore. Dolsaev, where is he?
I can show you a better time than that crusty old bear.
You're in charge.
Yeah.
I am Mistral, the cold wind of France. And you, your reputation precedes you. Liberian, but white as snow. A natural-born killer, even as a child.
That was a long time ago.
I was born in Algeria myself, you know? I'm only half French.
And?
We had our own civil war in the 90s. So you see? Cut from the same cloth, you and I.
You don't know me.
I lost my whole family. Everything. But I butchered those fuckers. My family's killers.
Damn.
That's when I realized I am a killer too. And a good one at that. I slaughtered dozens in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I'd found my calling.
Proud of that, are you?
What happened, happened. To be honest, I found it quite dull. My enemies fell like domino, one after another. Not once did I feel threatened. I was adrift, without challenge, without purpose. At times, I even envied my prey. At least they had a cause to die for. And then, I met him.
Who?
And I knew what I had been missing.
Of course she doesn't
His
say.
ideals gave my life meaning. Ideals, Jack. What are yours?
I protect the weak.
Still? So naive.
And if I must kill to protect them, then so be it.
It seems we have less in common than I thought.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If you would kill for your ideals, then surely you are ready to die for them.
Really need to get this into it.
Come, Manga.
Ooh. Not today.
I can handle a lot more than this.
Using it like a whip now. Come on. Shit. I'm gonna get the third. What's next? Whew. Those things are infinite. Focus on her. Water? Oh. Liquid nitrogen.
Mister, report! Your vitals are dropping.
I lost. So this is how they felt.
What?
Dying. For a cause.
Wait. No. Hold on.
I am sorry. He was too much.
I do not need apology. I need you alive.
But I know you will never fall.
What? What is this talk about?
Je t'aime. The two encore.
Je t'aime. Mister, you never...
What was that?
She's not talking to you, idiot.
No! You killed her! You vile nuts! Murderer!
That's rich coming from you. It's overdose, I am. Surrender.
Translation.
Why would I surrender? You are exactly where I want.
Shit.
Built with Russian money to make Russian money. It is no plan for Afghans. It is their prison. But now, they will be free!
Damn. Crazy son of a bitch.
Ryder? Ryder, what happened?
Bastard blew himself up.
I see. Time to get you out of there. We're sending a helicopter. Secure an LZ.
Understood.
See. Oh, I missed a fight. Polar, I forget how to pronounce that. Betranger? Deshonger? I don't know. I'm not gonna try. Yes. Polearm. I mean, I can get that later, I guess. See what else I got here. It's already acquired. I guess I got nothing new. Oh, I can't buy these yet. I mean, I can, but... okay. Let's look at the unique one. And I have skills for it. Great. Is it Sky March? Skylight? No. I don't know. Those will go in order.
So you've got some kind of disguise lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right
Yeah. Well, just get into the sewer system ASAP. Hopefully anyone who notices you will just mind their own business. You sure you want the K9000 there along for this one?
I had the good doctor make some adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled.
Oh, he took him in.
So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. Amusing on 2 levels.
Let's go.
Ese es el güey. El mariachi. ¿No? ¿El cyborg? Ese es Homero. ¿Qué?
They're so inconspicuous. Look how inconspicuous they are.
Adios, amigos.
¿Viste? Qué raro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
It's right. I'm in the sewer system.
Alright, let's wrap it up here. Christ. Alright. Sleep time. Thanks for watching. I'll probably play when I get up too. Assuming there's nothing else to watch. We'll see. Or do. I mean, I got other shit to do, I suppose. I want to play both. But we'll see.